So at the undergraduate level, it's just being on top of what's happening in the world and what are the main theories that seek to try and explain what's going on. It's a really fantastic time to be a student of international relations. Obviously, there's so much going on with the world in the developed and the developing world, across security, across political economy. These lines are blurring, especially when we consider climate change as the ultimate problem for us to try and solve. At the postgraduate level, it's really about thinking through what it is that you want to do, what area you are interested in to find your place in the field, what is original about what you want to do, and what do you want to contribute. Now obviously that takes us a little bit further into becoming an academic, becoming a scholar, which is to make that original contribution. So that's both theoretical and empirical. And once you find your passion, you can then work towards finding that gap. So there's a couple of key things that are quite useful. One, definitely seek advice from all and sundry. It's really useful. A lot of people have very, very different careers in terms of how they start out. It's definitely worthwhile to focus, if you're in the social sciences, particularly in international relations, to turn your thesis into a book. A lot of people don't do that in their first few years, and it can get quite hard to go back and to do that. But this is your major contribution. You've spent a really long time working towards getting the PhD, and it's really useful to you and to the broader public to get it out there in book form. Some other advice I'd give is when you're first starting out with a specific project, to talk to people in that field to get a sense of where the debates are and how your work fits, but also to know the literature. Particularly if you're going to do field work, you really need to be informed when you start speaking to really busy people. And then the third piece of advice I'd give is commit yourself to conferences. Commit yourself to presenting at conferences, because there's nothing like a deadline to get those creative juices flowing and for you to actually finish a paper and get it published. When thinking about where to publish and how to get published, again, there's a couple of different things you need to bear in mind. First is, what is it you are trying to achieve with the publication? So if it's a more policy-oriented argument, then it should go in a more policy-oriented journal. If it's a theoretical piece, it should be for a theoretical journal. But you really need to go with where the debates are. So there's a lot of pressure on academics at all levels to publish in ranked journals. So these are journals that are ranked in terms of their discipline by what is the best journal to publish in. And these are a really good guide, and you definitely need to be cognizant of them, but it doesn't mean you necessarily have to publish in the top journals in order to have an impact. So when looking at where to publish, you should be looking at which debates do I want to contribute to, because you want to be read by those people that you are engaging with. And if you go to those journals, then chances are they will be read by the people that you want to engage with. And that has a positive feedback effect in terms of citations, which is the other metric which academics these days are ranked against. So it's not to say you should be driven by rankings, and it's not to say you should be driven by citations as an impact, but that there are ways of choosing journals that will give you a better chance of being published with those positive benefits on either side.